There's a promise attached to every path. And I think one of the hardest parts about God opening your eyes is realizing life is actually a lot less random than people think. You can see where roads lead. You can see what certain mindsets produce, what certain habits produce, what certain relationships produce. And honestly, there's a kind of grief that comes with that. Because sometimes it's people you love. Sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's people you prayed for. Sometimes it's people actively warring against you. And you can see exactly where that road leads if they don't turn around. The Bible talks a lot about paths, crooked paths, wide paths, narrow paths, paths of righteousness, the path that leads to life, the path that leads to destruction. And what God has really been showing me lately is that every path already has a promise attached to it. That's why this life is not as confusing as people make it. If you want to know where a road leads, just look at the fruit growing on the people walking it. Pride has a path, because if you can never humble yourself, eventually you lose the very relationships your pride was trying to protect. Bitterness has a path. It starts as pain, but if you keep feeding it, eventually it changes the way you love, the way you trust, the way you see people, until your whole life starts reflecting the very thing that hurt you. Anger has a path too, because when you dwell in anger long enough, you start making decisions from it, speaking from it, reacting from it, and eventually your life starts producing more of the chaos you were trying to escape. Lust has a path, temporary pleasure, but slowly losing your ability to experience real intimacy, real peace, real connection. Envy has a path, constant comparison, never satisfied, never able to enjoy what God already gave you. Chaos has a path too. Some people become so familiar with dysfunction, they unconsciously recreate it everywhere they go. And scripture already told us where those roads end. Pride comes before destruction. The wage of sin is death. There's a way that seems right to a man, but in the end, it leads to death. And what's humbling is, I'm not speaking from a place of superiority. I've been blind before too. I've walked roads that were slowly destroying me, and I just couldn't see it yet. But when God starts pulling back the veil from your eyes, you start realizing paths have momentum. What you repeatedly walk in eventually starts walking in you. And honestly, one of the hardest things I've been learning lately is how to carry grief and surrender at the same time. Because once God opens your eyes, you can't unsee where the roads lead anymore. And sometimes when you're walking with God, it actually feels like you're the one losing. The narrow path can feel lonely, slower, like nothing's happening, like everybody else is getting away with everything, like manipulation.